I'll do like, and I.
Okay. All right. So Quinn, our essential question is, how do you write 3-digit numbers using words? Okay. So where have you seen 3-digit numbers in the real world?
3-digit number.
Yeah, where have you seen 3-digit numbers?
What's, oh, like 3-digit, what's 3-digit?
Remember, digit was a fancy word for number. So where have you seen 3-digit numbers in the real world?
See, 3-digit number. Like what?
Let me think. So when you wake up in the morning and you look at the alarm clock, are there numbers on it? Okay. Are there?
Wait, it's a Stormtrooper alarm clock.
Does it have numbers on it?
Yes.
Are there 3 numbers at any time?
Like sometimes it's say 905.
Okay, so that's a 3-digit number. 905 would be a 3-digit number.
What about 629?
That could be a 3-digit number as well. Can you, let's see.
This is easy.
Yeah.
Like, what about 7-digit? What about 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock?
Like 8. You put an 8 there.
I'm going to give you an example here.
Okay.
Okay, so right here. Do you see this?
100.
Can you tell me what these are? What are these?
703.
712. What are those?
Digit number?
Those are digits?
No.
You just read it, so they must be what?
Hundreds. Oh, like the
Put your feet down.
like you put like 7 in the one.
So I showed you these 3, and you just read it. And what are these called?
712.
Okay, so you're reading to me the number, but these are actually number words, right? Because this first word means what?
Like what?
What does this first word mean? What does it say?
Those
Quinn, what does the first word say?
7
Okay, what does the second word say?
hundreds
And the last word?
12.
12. So you are reading number words to me.
What's number words?
That's what I just showed you. Those are number words.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to use number words today. Yesterday we broke apart our 3-digit numbers. Remember, we did hundreds, and then we did tens, and then we did ones.
Arabella's back.
Uh-huh. We did hundreds, tens, and ones. Do you remember that?
I'm gonna start.
Quinn, do you remember we did hundreds, tens, and ones?
Yes.
Okay, so that was yesterday. Arabella, thank you for joining us. We're talking about 3-digit numbers and number words. Can you tell me what these 3 things are?
Words.
They're words. And Quinn read these words. Quinn, do you remember what the words were?
712.
712. Okay, so they're number words. All right, so today we're going to read numbers and write the number names. So our objective,
And what does this mean?
Quinn, you're listening. Our objective is, given 3-digit numbers, okay, you will write 3-digit numbers in word form. Can you say that? I will write 3-digit numbers in word form. I'm waiting for you, Quinn. Will you say it with me?
300.
I will write 3-digit numbers in word form. Good job. Okay, so I am going to give you the following sentence. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alma has 155 comic books. In this sentence, the number of comic books is written in words. If I were working on a word problem and this was my problem and I had to solve it with number words, I would need to write that as a number. Okay? So I can look at the words and I can say it out loud. Okay, so how many comic books did she have? Do you want me to read the sentence?
155.
Good, 155. She had 155. When I say the number words, Quinn, I can write the number words. So I'm going to give you a different number. And this number...
Is that a 2 or is that a 6? Because teachers write them as... They make the 2s.
I'm going to say it to you. 241. Notice how I say it, Quinn. 241. Okay, so now I want to give you your whiteboards. These are my temporary ones. My other ones disappeared, but we're going to use these as temporary ones.
These.
So this is an eraser.
I remember these.
Good, and you have your marker.
That was good.
Okay? So now I'm going to give you a 3-digit number in word form, and I want you to write it on your board. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. 333.
No, look at it closely.
Oh, 312. One.
Look at your sounds.
321.
Okay. Write it as a regular number. Arabella, you're just writing the number. You do not need to write the words.
Oh.
Write the regular number. So what did you say first?
300. Like what? 300.
Then what's the next part that you said?
Hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Then what'd you say?
321.
Okay. You see it?
21.
Okay. So what did you write, Quinn? Let me see. Can you share? Okay. Can you tell me why you decided to make it so far apart? Why did you make the 3 farther apart than the 21? Quinn, why did you make the 3 so far apart from the 21?
I don't know. Should I fix that?
Well, is this how you write a 3-digit number?
No.
No. What would you need to do?
Oh, put it back together.
Put it back together. Okay, now share with me what you wrote, Arabella.
300 and ready. 132.
Oh, okay. So in your number, I noticed that you have something different here. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that there?
Because I had 100.
Okay.
So I didn't know what to write until you know how you have 100 and those zeros.
Right.
To stick for 100.
So you're thinking about yesterday when we did expanded form? Okay, so if I write it in standard form, do I include all those zeros? When I smash it all back together, does it have all those zeros in there?
No.
No. So do we need that 0?
No.
No. So if we write it, don't worry about erase, try and write it again. Look at your direction of your 3. 321.
Ready. Erase the...
Okay, now, it's all right. 321. There you go. Okay, so now the difference is you don't have the 0, you have 321. Okay, did you notice the difference here too?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's move on. All right, so if I have, yep, go ahead and erase. Quinn, I need you to watch what I do. I'm going to show you how to figure this out, okay? I have the number 245. See my number?
Yeah.
Arabella, see my number? 245. Okay? I say the whole number together. 245. Okay, so I start with the first part. I said 200. Well, two. I know how to write 2. That's a number word. So I can write 2. Do you see how I did that?
I did that.
2. Then I said the word 100. 200. So now I need to write.
Do we have to write that to you?
No, you're watching. 200. 200. I have the first part. 200. Then I said 45.
It's F.
It's F. Okay. 45. And I'm going to put a dash in there because I want it to be one word.
My mom doesn't know what a
45.
dash is.
It's okay. 45. And 5 is a spelling word this week. Remember? On your list, 5 is a spelling word. So I wrote the number 245 by saying the word, the number 245 over until I got the whole thing written in words. So I started 2, wrote 2. 100, wrote 100, Quinn. 40, I wrote 40, and then 5. Okay? Sometimes I have a number word problem that's written as number words, and I need to write that as a regular number. So in order to do that, I have to think backwards. I have to think 245, and I have to write it as a regular number.
Is it going to click?
Yes.
Is it going to click on your phone?
No. Can you pick up your eraser, please, and pay attention?
But how?
Okay. I want you to turn to Arabella. You and Arabella are going to tell me, how can you find the 3-digit number from the number word? How can you find that? Tell her how you're going to figure out the 3-digit number from the number word. Go ahead. Tell Arabella, not me. How do you find that number, 245, when all you have is the words? What do you have to do? Tell her.
245.
Tell her how you would figure that out, what the words are. How would you know what words to write? You're explaining to her. What do you tell her?
TWO.
What are you doing right now?
Telling her.
Okay, but what do you got to tell her how. First you what?
First, you write the 2, not the number 2.
The what? The word 2.
The word 2.
Then
do 100s. Hundreds. Do hundreds.
Then Quinn. Then
she's not done. Okay.
it's okay, but tell her the next part she's gonna
Then
need.
you gotta do 400s. I mean 45.
Very good. Arabella, you tell him how you would figure out how to write the number from the number words.
Well, I would look at the number and say with the number, but slowly so I could see the steps how to do it.
Okay, so when you say it slowly, Quinn, did you hear her? You can figure out the steps of how to write it. All right, let's move on. Each of you has your math page. We're going to work on this first part together. Okay, on the back of your whiteboards, Quinn, I am speaking, you should be listening. On the back of your whiteboards, flip them over. Turn your whiteboard over.
Oh!
I have provided you a list of number words. That way, if you get stuck on how to spell the word, you have how to spell it. Okay? You don't need your markers anymore.
Is that
I will take your markers. And we are going to use this list to help us. But we're going to start first with the math lesson first. So I need you to put your name at the top of your paper.
Oh no, it's disappearing.
Put your name at the top of the paper.
This is hard. I mean, this is not hard.
Name.
Oh.
Thank you. All right, I'm going going to read the directions, and we're going to do this
My
first
name is
part
easy.
together.
Yeah.
We're going to do this first part together.
Okay.
It says, follow with me, Quinn. Write the missing numbers in the chart. Then find and circle the word form of these numbers below. So looking at our chart, this is not a whole chart. Look at it. It's only a piece. Do you
Because
see
we
that?
have to find it, the number, and
Right.
write it.
Can you think of
And order.
how would we find what number would go here? Go ahead, Arabella. How would we find that?
I think 11. We would
You're
look
not
at
up,
these.
Arabella. She is.
We would look at these words and see which one the right number. If I would find 11, it will say right